Howdy Shartners, it's your boy B3 back with another kicking movie reaction review. We got more of that indie kaiju shit from SRS Cinema. You know, I love getting their kaiju films. I'm actually behind on them because Daddy's got to get engine repaired, so I have... whatever. But today we are talking about Zillafoot. So it's directed by Anthony Polonia, who did a film called Sister Krampus. It's starring Dave Fife, Halloween Night, Bigfoot vs. Zombies. I do need to watch Bigfoot vs. Zombies. Cassandra Haynes from She Kills on Amityville Island, and Wayne W. Johnson from Night of Something Strange and Tales of Dracula. Came out in 2019. And I love SRS Cinema, right? I love that they've been bringing us all this indie horror, especially indie kaiju recently, and I got the special edition Blu-ray that came with the poster and everything. Thank you, Bonk. Thank you, Monsieur Bonk. I really do mean it. Thanks for getting us all this kaiju shit that we probably wouldn't have been able to even see or know existed otherwise. But this film is bad. So apparently the Polonia name isn't a stranger to these films. This is apparently the lesser of the Polonias from what I've seen. I was actually very interested in this film at first, but oh god, I hated it. It was really fucking bad, guys. It was like really bad. So it takes place on a version of Earth where use of atomic weapons has gotten the attention of life out in the universe. You know, that's not a new concept. It's real Day the Earth Stood Still, you know. And they send a creature to terrorize Earth, a big old kaiju, Zillafoot. Of course, it's a Godzilla Bigfoot, a Godzilla Kong fusion even. But anyways, the half Godzilla, half Bigfoot just starts romping around Tokyo City like a big playground. Suddenly Shaq... I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Suddenly Batman... No, whatever. It's a song. that was popular in my youth. But is this supposed to be like a parody of kaiju films and stuff? But it's so fucking bad. Like, the special effects look terrible, and I was like, oh, it's an indie film, probably with, like, no budget. It's probably just, like, a bunch of friends getting together to make something that they like, which is what Conga TNT was. Because Conga TNT was, like, a bad movie, but it was really endearing, you know? It had heart to it. Conga TNT had heart, and set up a sequel, and honestly, I'll watch the Conga TNT sequel. 100% I will. The Zillafoot sequel... I'd probably watch it just because it's kaiju, just to say I had. I don't want to own a copy of it like I do this one. The acting it's pretty goddamn bad, but I expected that. I'm fine with that. I don't even really care about bad acting most of the time. It's part of the fun of, like, indie films and so bad they're good movies and stuff, you know? This movie's just so goddamn forced. Everything in it is something I've seen before, and not in the way that you'll like expect. It's just a bore. It's an absolute bore. And then a lot of it seems to be like dubbed over to mock the dubbing of Japanese films, which is like, I guess, an okay joke, but for like a lot of the film it's like, okay, they're doing that again. All right, that's fine. Whatever. And that kind of just makes the acting even worse, especially in dialogue-heavy scenes. It kind of makes you just like, what the fuck am I watching, man? What the fuck am I watching? None of the characters are interesting. They have no personality. A lot of them are just like assholes. They're not like endearing assholes that you can laugh at. They're just like, shut the fuck up, you idiot. It's... everything that happens, you could have guessed happens before you even popped the Blu-ray in your player. It's not funny. I didn't think any of it was funny at all. Because, like, kaiju parodies, I'm here for it. I'm ready. I would love that. I mean, look, like Kaiju Max, an excellent comic book, does the kaiju parody perfectly. Perfectly. And then this is just exploitation at its worst. I mean, yeah, the Zillafoot costume is bad, but that's fine by me. I actually kind of like Zillafoot's look, to be completely honest. And then there's like this other dinosaur creature that shows up. Pretty much, it just does. And its design isn't my favorite. And its CG is fucking terrible. It's. And then there's like this Ultraman esque being as well. And their design is mostly okay. Like from the neck down, it's just like a red bodysuit with like a big black X, and then like the X continues around the legs or whatever. That's fine. But then the head, it's like a real monstery head. And part of me's like, I know Ultraman is a Saiyan, which so this character is also a Saiyan, but like maybe make it look a bit more Toku hero-y and less super villainy. I don't know. If you want a Toku hero, maybe make him look like a Toku hero. I mean, and it's not like, oh, we're changing up the expectations of the design. No, that's fine. It's just a straight up bad design. Sorry, it just is. It's a bad design. Oops. The movie is frightfully boring. It's almost impossible to finish. You can't even understand what's being said, and my dumbass Blu-ray didn't have subtitles. Or at least they didn't work. I don't fucking know, man. Because, like, the stupid dubbing bit isn't done well, so it makes it impossible to fucking understand what anyone's saying. And then the filter that's put over the aliens' voices, fuck! You might as well turn a blender on while you watch their scenes. They'd be just as easy to understand. It's a terrible film. I'm sorry. I don't like it. The idea, the like original idea, just Godzilla Bigfoot with a dinosaur monster and a fucking Toku hero, and it's a parody of kaiju films. Solid idea. But every step of the execution is pretty terrible. And it's just slogging on, slogging on, slogging on, terrible pacing. And then it just ends. Like, kind of abruptly almost. It just kind of ends before anything's resolved. So it's like, fuck you. There's going to be a Zillafoot Part 2, asshole. Excuse me? I don't want to watch Part 2. Part 1 was bad. And it cost me a lot of money to get the special edition Blu-ray. So, no, I do not believe I will be watching it. Thank you. Thank you, but I do believe I will not be watching it. Oops. So, that's it. That's it. Zillafoot is bad. It's poorly executed in almost every imaginable way. I'm going to keep it in my collection as a collectible and less as something I enjoy watching, because I didn't enjoy watching it. To be completely honest, I'll probably never watch it again. Unless someone, like, with me wants to. It might have been something fun to watch with a friend and goof on, but part of me, like, sincerely doubts it, because I can still usually enjoy films like that by myself. It's just a bad movie. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time with another terrible kaiju movie.